Hey Dakey fam.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back.
So we're back with another video and we're still answering your questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending all your questions. But this is the last week of questions.
Yeah, it's the last one. We want to get back into normality. We want to start our series again.
But in this video, we're going to answer a really deep question.
Yeah, what's that
my
question,
gosh.
babe?
When I saw the question, I was like, oof.
It wasn't even just one person.
Yeah.
There was quite a few. So I think there's two questions that they're technically the same, but they're phrased differently.
Yeah.
So if you do the honors of reading the questions out.
How does a woman balance between her dreams and those of her partner? Should one or both of you compromise?
Yeah.
And then the other person said, should you as a wife submit and downplay your calling so that your husband can pursue his? Bruh.
Yeah, when we saw that question, we were like,
I was like,
where's TD Jakes?
it's not a question for game
I might have a beard, but I'm not TD Jakes, you know.
You're better. You can bring that fire. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, right, we want everyone's hearts to be ready to receive the answer to this question.
Yeah.
So we're going to do what we always do in our dating household.
When there's a little bit of stress in our household, we turn to one thing.
Afrobeats.
Yeah, you thought I was going to get the Bible, innit? We turn to Afrobeats, they get to the Bible. So like, pull up the track.
Hey, you know what you got, man.
Yeah, we're going to start dancing soon.
Baby bend it. Hey, oh baby bend it. Our hearts are not hot. Our hearts are ready to receive.
Come on, go. Boom. 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1. I don't even know the words. Smoke trees.
No, you can't that good. Hey, hey.
The team goes. Boom.
So, are we all relaxed? Have we all been set free from our bondages of this morning or whatever?
Are the walls down?
Do you know what I mean?
Are you ready? Are you open?
Because I think this is a word for somebody.
Trying to go to TD Jakes.
But guys, this is this question. When I saw it, I was like, "Yes, honey, yes." It's a big question because for me, I really struggled with this one for ages. I was like, I'm suppressed.
Struggled. Past tense.
Struggled. But it's okay to talk about something while you're going through the season, so everyone else can catch that revelation.
I think we'll always be going through this one.
Yeah, literally. You have to remind me every time. So let's take you through this. But let's start right from the beginning because I'm sure everyone's in this situation. Everyone wants that love. Everyone wants love. Everyone wants that person. And I found mine. 2012 was it?
No,
when we first met? No, we met in 12.
Okay, 12. I love it.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, this guy's telling me about LinkedIn. This guy's telling me about the corporate world, telling me about influence, like how he wants to change the world, do this. And I was like, yeah, that is so nice.
And Anna, on the other hand, is there. She's not serious in life. She has a dissertation. She's going out to Philippines to go and build churches and stuff. Well, that's good. But, what's in your hand right now? You got your education. I was like the African parent in university.
Yeah,
I was like, get on your books, okay?
But my heart broke for people. I love encouraging people. I love talking to people. I love being on the ground. Mr. Strategy here is very high level. But at the beginning, it was very attractive. I was like, yes, this can work together. A year later, the frustrations begin and we're like, oh, can't you be like me a bit more? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a bit annoying. Well, let's still get married, I think this could work. Get into marriage and you're like, rah, mate, I wanted to quit my job. Gabe's like, you're not quitting your job.
She wants not only quit her job, she wanted to go and buy a backpack. She wanted to put on the backpack and just go around Thailand, just like a free spirit with no direction, no purpose.
The spirit will lead me to where I need to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, life's too short, blah blah blah. My man's got a 10-year plan out here. He's like, we're gonna make a difference. We're gonna revolutionize the financial services, and I'm just like, I literally do not care. So you come into marriage and I just felt suppressed. I was like, oh my God, he's not letting me quit my job. He's, I'm just here in London. I want to be in London. And it's really hard. And I just started building up this resentment in my heart against him. And I was like, you know, as a woman, it's not easy. Like, why do I have to listen? Maybe just go and do it anyway. What's he gonna do?
Definitely.
But then we were just like, we cannot be on different pages.
Yeah. And for us, we just feel like it's really important to be on the same page. So we took some time out. We like to have these little retreats where we go out and we go and reflect, and we're like, okay, what's working, what's not working, and because our visions are to some extent different, and the dreams that we have are somewhat different, we had to go to a mediator. Okay, a mediator. We didn't pay loads of money for a psychologist, although we think psychologists are amazing, but we went straight to the Bible, and then we opened up the Bible, and I was like, babe, can you help me spell this word submission? Babe, what does this word mean?
Whatever.
No, I'm joking. I'm not that guy who just opens the scripture and go, but I'm not that guy.
Deuteronomy, yes.
No,
never. But I want to understand.
We wanted to understand, like,
we're not having a marriage that fails. That is point blank.
We want to be on the same page, and we feel like we're forced when we're together rather than being apart. And we always think about on our wedding day when the priest says, if you want to go, is it fast? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So we're just thinking, like, we want to go far together, so we have to be on the same page. So we went to the word and we were like, okay, there's this word submission and leadership. Okay, so we now understand that the man is the leader of his household. So we asked the question, why is the man the head of the household? Is it because he's more intelligent? No. Is he because he's more able? No. Is he more capable? No. There's nothing that really warrants a man to be the head of the household apart from the fact that God has called him to be the head of the household. And women are supposed to submit to the husband. That's what it says in the word. We're just referencing the word. Don't shoot us. Don't hit that dislike button, okay? Like, just hold on. It's important to remember, when you look in the Bible and you see Adam and Eve, when I meet Eve in heaven, okay, when I meet you in heaven, I'm like,
even in heaven.
Why? It's true. It's true. I'll be looking down at Eve. That's what you get for eating the apple. But when Eve ate the apple, who did God go to? God went to Adam. Okay?
Because he's the cover.
He's the covering and the head of the household. So God went to Adam even though Eve ate the apple. And I think it's really important, regardless of what Annabella does, goes to Philippines, goes here, goes there, or whatever. Because we are married and we're both one, the man is going to be held accountable to everything that happens within the marriage.
And I don't know about you ladies, but, you know, you can choose whether, if we had the choice, whether we want to be, you know, chosen to lead or chosen to submit. I think submission is, you know, how well does that follow?
Yeah, but it's quite...
You lead us to the wilderness, that's you! You got us to God, you know?
Yeah, definitely. But I think where the problem has lied in the past is that men have used this word submission and used their authority in order to get women to do things that they didn't want to do. And the women feel suppressed. So in this marriage, for us, I really appreciate Annabella. I feel like I have looked out far and wide, and I have chosen this one woman to be my wife, and I am so appreciative of her. And the reason I've chosen Annabella, this one, the reason I've chosen her is because the way she thinks, the way that she makes people feel when she enters the room. She has a lot to offer. So as her husband, if I don't take into consideration her opinions, her point of views, her dreams, I'm an idiot, because that also limits me. I feel like we can go further because we both have things to offer in this relationship, and we can go further if we both say, okay, this is the situation. Now you thought about this, I've thought about this. Now we make this joint decision together, and we move together as a force. I think that incorporating Annabella's dreams and her opinion has allowed us to go further. So kind of like, to answer the question, do you submit the dreams? It's like, yes, in theory, like, you will submit it, but a good husband and a good leader in the household will incorporate the dreams within his vision, because most of the time men have a small vision. They have a dream for their careers, they have a dream for their football team, they have a dream for, you know, going to the gym, but they don't have a big enough dream to incorporate it, to incorporate their women's dreams within that. So I think it's very important to be able to say, to have a big dream. As men, have a big dream. Incorporate your woman into your decision-making process, and incorporate her opinions into everything that you do so that you can move forward.
And for real, like, but as a woman, that still doesn't mean that your dream is going to come into fruition straight away. Like, it might be later. Like, Gabe sometimes says to me, Anna, be patient. Like, there's going to be a time where, you know, all these dreams and desires that you have will come into fruition and we'll be executing them, whatever. But I have to trust that what he says is right, because I'm not going to go out of order and be doing my own thing within the relationship. It's just something that I'm not willing to do, and I just have to trust that, because if I was to do my own thing, then I shouldn't have got into a marriage. Like, at the end of the day, that's why it's difficult being with someone else. And we're saying that single people enjoy your singlehood, because you can just go and gallivant and do whatever you want. But when you're in marriage, you really do, as a woman, need to submit to your man and his timing and his beliefs about the direction of the household.
And I also think with women, I get where a lot of women are coming from in terms of this submission thing. And the thing is, for us, it's been a journey. And I think over the test of time, I've shown Annabella that I'm trustworthy. And I feel like, so when we first came into this relationship, I wasn't like forcing her to do things and stuff like that because I'm her man. I was allowing her the test of time to show that she can trust me. Because sometimes I feel like men don't position themselves to be trusted, and they're making the women make all the decisions. Like, you see a lot of women who be like the ones forcing their men into church, forcing their men to pray, forcing their men to do things, and then when it comes to like, oh, now they want to go and do a dream, then they feel suppressed. But it's because the man is not taking responsibility from every other area. He just wants to make decisions when it's convenient to him. So if Annabella was going to go and do missionary trip, that's now an inconvenience to me, and I'm like, no, don't do that. But because Annabella has seen me make all these decisions around, for her, even though she wants to go out and do the missionary trips and go and do that full time possibly, and I've said not now, it's not the right time, because she's seen me lead in other area, like, she's able to trust me in that.
And let's get this straight, like, I'm not submitting to Gabe because he's Gabe's and he's this amazing guy or whatever. I'm submitting to Gabe's because I'm submitting to God, and God has told me
to
submit to Gabe's, and you know, that's a hard thing, and obviously my flesh tries to take over and I think I know better and all this stuff, but I really do have to trust God's divine order, because I don't want to be that wife that's like somewhere else in the world or doing my own thing, and there's no alignment in the household. In the same way that when we have children and Gabe says, oh, I don't think it's time for you to maybe go to this part, to go and take this event or do whatever, I have to submit to him and believe that he's saying that for a reason that's best for our household.
Definitely. So to answer the question, should you give up your dreams? In theory, yes. In practice, no. Because your dreams will be incorporated within your husband's. But this is why it's important to communicate, take short breaks, reassess. Don't just keep going with the flow. 1 minute you actually have control to pause time. You drop everything, put your phone down and just say, where are we? Let's talk.
I ask Gabe all the time. And when I go through my frustrating moments, he has to re-remind me of the vision. Every date night is like he's re-reminding me. This is what I believe for our household. This is what it's going to do. This is what it's going to mean for you. Blah, 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 blah. And then that keeps me patient, or that keeps me like on the same page as him. But when men are just gallivanting, doing their own thing, not sharing anything with their wives, not knowing, the wife doesn't know what she's submitting to, what the direction of the household is. No, seriously, it's like, what's the plan? Do you know what I mean? What's the plan for our household? It's hard. And that's when women get frustrated and they think that, oh, but I have these dreams and why am I here? But at the end of the day, this is what it means.
And for me, as the husband of the household, this applies a bit of pressure, because you know those days where you just want to sit down, chill, and just watch Netflix, and then you've got Annabella being like, what's the vision? I've got to keep working. I've got to keep moving forward. So yeah, guys, we hope that video helped.
I hope you understand it. We might need to explain it better next time or more.
But that's as good for now.
Trust me.
It's up in 5 years' time. We might actually know a bit more.
But we're learning. We're on this journey. We've not always been on the same page, but people see us now. They think we're on the same page because we've fought to be on the same page. We always communicate. We always talk about what's the strategy, what's the plan. Like,
what does God want us to do? We pray together, and that
all
really
the time,
helps.
and that keeps us aligned, so that we're both playing our part. And sacrifices have to be made at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, a woman's vision does come beneath or within a man's vision, and we have to trust that the timing will come where
women basically just trust that you've chosen a good man. And encourage your man. Be there for your man. Support your man, and then you will get what you want. Treat your man. You know the truth. Anyway.
Bye guys.
Peace.
See you next time.